Best year ever. It's funny because all my vlogs are best day ever, and when I did weekly vlogs is best week ever, and all of those added together is best year ever, and that's math. This year was super incredible, definitely the best year I've ever had, and a lot of that is because of you guys, whether you're from Snapchat family or here for the vlogs. We've had an incredible year, and I'm gonna quickly review some of the most amazing things that we did this year. One of the biggest projects we did in 2015 was Snapper Hero. It was the biggest Snapchat project ever. It was the first ever Snapchat webisode series. I think there were like 12 different episodes. There was an entire story and tons of art and all these bad guys and all these cool people that were in it. I worked with Corridor Digital, which was amazing, got to know them. It was a project that I did with AT&T. I was there from the whole planning process to the creation phase to shooting it to develop, like everything. It was incredible. Oh, and look, we won a Streamy Award for Snapper Hero. This actually isn't a Streamy Award for Snapper Hero. I don't have that one, but a side note, this is a Streamy Award for Snapchat Storyteller of the Year, which is an award we won this year, so that's kind of cool. All right, back to 2015. After that was a trip to Bangkok, Thailand. Jenny and I went. She was just barely pregnant with Adley, and so we knew that she was going to be home and wouldn't be able to travel on these fun adventures with me a lot in 2015. So we went on one final awesome adventure to Bangkok. It was sponsored by Marriott Hotels. We actually had no idea what we were gonna do, so we found some tour guides and different stuff. We went to a tiger temple where these monks like raise tigers since they're little kids. Now everyone in the comment section is gonna be like, oh my gosh, they abuse the tigers in those temples. I don't know if they do. They seemed really nice there. They were monks, they were tigers. I wanna see tigers, don't worry about it. Anyways, they were very well taken care of and they looked healthy and they were fun and they were like biting our hair and we got to play with them and wrestle them, and like baby tigers that are only 2 months old are still this big and they actually really hurt when they get their paws in your hair. And then after that we rode elephants, which I thought wasn't going to be scary, but it turned out to be more scarier than the tigers because they like throw you up in the air and throw you in the water, and then you land in the water and they're like stomping down on you and you're like, what if I get stomped by this elephant? And that was actually really scary, more scary than the tigers, but it was a really cool experience. The people in Bangkok, Thailand were amazing. The food was incredible. Our hotel was incredible. We had a swimming pool on top of it. It was an awesome adventure. Next is the Disney Adventures. We went for their 24-hour celebration and we did something that nobody else has ever done before. We started the day at like 5 in the morning in Disney World, spent half the day there, got on an airplane, used the time zones to our advantage, landed in Disneyland, and stayed in Disneyland the whole second half of the day and all through the night. Basically in 24 hours, we hung out at both Disney parks. No one's ever done that before and it was incredible and it was the best Snapchat story ever. Also, we had the chance to go to Alaska. That was really cool. I flew in a helicopter. It was my first time flying in a helicopter and they let me fly the helicopter, which technically they weren't supposed to do, but the girl that was like flying with me was like, oh, no, you got it, don't worry about it. She was really cool, so we switched seats in the air and she let me fly. And it was actually really scary because I thought I was gonna crash the helicopter. We saw glaciers, we saw wildlife. It was awesome. And then afterwards, I went to a store to buy food and there were crabs in a tank and I tried to save one and I grabbed him and they're like, no, you can't buy him alive. We have to cook him first. So that was my Alaska trip. Alaska's pretty cool. I might recommend going there sometime. We also had the chance to be on American Idol in 2015. Sometimes my grandparents don't really understand what Snapchat is and they're like, what? You're making like commercials on a cell phone? But when I was on American Idol, then my grandma was like, oh, I get it. You're doing cool stuff, you know, because she knows what American Idol is. So that was American Idol. We made a cool safari with all the idols, and I got to hang out with Ryan Seacrest. That was cool. We made a Snapchat together, and American Idol was rad. We also went to lots of music festivals this year. Lots. Like when I say lots of music festivals, I mean lots. We went to a music festival in Canada. We went to a music festival in London. I got to meet One Direction, and Harry Styles and me are like best friends now. But seriously, I have Harry Styles' phone number, so if you want it, just leave a comment. Wait, but the real point of that was Bonnaroo. Bonnaroo was the first like really giant music festival I've ever been to. They don't even close it. It goes for 4 days straight, and I got to see personal favorite Ben Folds 5 play the piano there, and I played the piano with them, opened up for him. And also, the best part about Bonnaroo was, one, going to Tennessee, because I'd never been to Tennessee, you know, check that off the bucket list. And the other thing was meeting 21 Pilots. So band 21 Pilots, Josh, Tyler, super cool guys. we ended up hanging out, we had lunch, then we hung out the next day. They actually invited me to their trailer, so we just kind of became best friends, and now I'm super tight with 21 Pilots, and whenever they go to concerts nearby, he usually shoots me a text, and I get to go to the concerts with them, and we actually have a cool project, but it hasn't released yet. That's for 2016, but it's gonna be really cool. So 21 Pilots and Snapchat Shonduras coming soon. 2015 was the year of Hey Mom. I think I actually invented Hey Mom in 2014 when I was legitimately traveling in an airport, and my mom's like, send me snaps, I never know where you're at. So I sent her a Snapchat, and I was like, hey Mom, I'm in an airport, and this guy's like, oh, you're talking to your mom? And it was kind of funny the way he reacted, so I was like, why don't I just do it to everyone? So I started doing that in 2015. I did so many Hey Moms. Also, within airports and traveling, I have this thing that I started. I don't know why I started it, but I got in a cockpit and took a picture with a pilot. People thought it was so cool, so I just kind of kept doing it, and now I have like over 50 pictures in the cockpit of airplanes with pilots, and every time people are like, how do you always get in the cockpit? And I'll tell you how I do it. Just kidding, I won't. It's a secret, but I always get in the cockpit. Adley was born 2015, had a baby. Yeah, how's that for best year ever? Adley is awesome. I freaking love her. She like is the smiliest, giggliest, prettiest baby ever, and she has bright blue eyes, and I'm obsessed with her. One of my favorite parts of Adley's birth was I was able to Beme it. Casey Neistat created it, and anyways, it had just launched right about the time when Adley was gonna be born, and I didn't feel like I really wanted to put that on Snapchat, and I wasn't doing the whole YouTube vlogging thing, and Beme just seemed like it's like an app for sharing real moments, and that's like as real as it gets. So I beamed Adley's birth. It was incredible. Lots of people really enjoyed it. It was a good experience, and cool enough, Casey saved those beams for me, and like within his database or whatever, and he pulled them, and now I have those beams of Adley's birth. I'm really glad Adley was born because she's my best friend ever. Another good memory, Foursquare with Snapchat fam. So I did this really cool meetup where, I don't know, I don't have meetups that often because I feel like it's really weird, like, hey, do you want to meet me? Like, I just think that sounds stupid, like I'm nothing special, you know what I mean? Like, I love to hang out with you guys, but I just like feel weird doing a meetup, if that makes sense. Tons of people showed up, I had so much fun, got to meet a lot of cool people, gave away trophies, they were homemade trophies that I made, and we did Foursquare with the Snapchat fam. That was a fun day. My Wiener dogs got their very first Snapchat gig, which is super funny because I got an email and it's like, Shonduras, would your dogs be interested in doing a Snapchat campaign? And I was like, wait, what? You mean like me? And they're like, no, your dogs. I was like, weird. So my dogs got their very first Snapchat campaign, and funny enough, when I signed the contract for them, I actually like colored in their paw footprints on the signature page. Anyways, we flew to New York City, the first time my dogs have ever left Utah. We took them on a plane. Koopa the brown dog loved it. He was like looking out the window the whole time. Olive was just like kind of scared and sleeping, I think. Back to London, Star Wars toys are coming out. Sphero made this toy called the BB-8, the little droid, and it's like a real robot, like you can talk to it, it shoots holograms, like all this different stuff. We went to London for the launch, played with the robot, took it around town, stayed up till midnight, saw all the I got to meet the Star Wars, you guys, Daisy, I met her. We like started making out, and like, just kidding, I didn't make out with her, but I met her, and she signed my toy. I have a signed toy, you know what, wait. Look at that. This is a limited edition Star Wars toy, and Daisy, to Shonduras from Daisy, says, I love you, you're my favorite Snapchat account. I love you so much, you're so hot, and you're my favorite Snapchat account. I guess she just wrote that. And then the other guy, what's Finn? Finn? Yeah, John Guay. I don't know, he's not as hot as Daisy, so I can't remember his name. Anyway, so that happened. Also, this happened earlier in the year. My face got cut open. I don't even know what side it was on. Is it better? I was at the skate park. It was the day before I left for a giant Samsung shoot, and I was gonna be shooting this thing with them for like 2 weeks, and like we had all this planning and preparation, and then the night before, I'd been traveling, and I was only home for one day, and I was like, I gotta go do something fun before I go to work again, so I went to the skate park with my friends. The lights were on, it was super late at night, like 11 o'clock at night, and I was doing like doubles to make a cool Snapchat, and slice, cheek got sliced open, and it was deep, and like I could like talk like, raw, you know, I'll find that clip, put it right here. It was really gross. France, that was another country I went to that was really cool. I bumped into my friend Marcus Johns, he makes funny vines. We were like, you know what, we're sick of all these French meetings and hanging out and having meetings. We want to do something fun. So we saw like this like whitewater rapid river nearby, and we're like, let's go try and raft it. So we went to the stores looking for rafts, no one had rafts, so we bought inflatable mattresses, and we floated down. It was like a class like 3 or 4. It was like kind of intense, like rivers. Like there were like a bunch of like 6-foot drops that were sketchy, but we floated it on mattresses. Best idea ever. / worst idea. Don't do that. Probably it was really scary. Free Stuff Friday. That was an awesome idea because I always have brands who are like, Shonduras, we want to be on your Snapchat. How can we work together to do something really cool on Snapchat? And I'm like, if I'm going to be showing my friends your brand's story and all this stuff, they should get something from it, so why not let them win free stuff? So I created Free Stuff Friday. Basically, I do cool stuff with brands almost every Friday, and at the end of the adventure, the Snapchat story, whatever cool thing we did, I'd give away free stuff to you guys. It's really cool to make people's day, like when they find out they're a winner of Free Stuff Friday. The Walking Dead, that was a really cool experience. It was for the launch of the new season that happened in 2015. Daryl is freaking awesome. Red Bull, that was cool. I got to hang out with Lil Wayne. I went to Lil Wayne's private skate park. Yeah, me and Lil Wayne are like this. Not really, but we hung out for one day. We started, ready? Watch. Twitch.tv/Maximum Salt. My friends and I started streaming video games under Maximum Salt. We all got together. The very first night was Mario Party night. It was super fun, and since then we've been actively streaming as much as possible. So if you guys like video games, follow us on Twitch because we're constantly streaming video games. This one's important, UNICEF. I got to launch a UNICEF campaign for Bring Back Our Childhood, the kids in Africa who are getting kidnapped. They don't have a childhood, their parents are getting stolen. President of the UN, I got to meet him, shake his hand, and the picture's gonna pop up over here. I also got to see like all the disasters and like the map of the entire world and like where tornadoes were hitting or outbreaks or diseases or like earthquake, like everything that's going on around the world you could see in real time, and it was crazy to see that. Vlogs. We started a YouTube channel. So I've always been doing Snapchat. I love Snapchat, it's super fun, but I wanted to try YouTube, like more long form storytelling, because Snapchat's so quick and fast and then it just disappears. So I started the vlog. Casey Neistat was the one who was like, dude, you gotta start a vlog. So I listened to him, he's a good friend, and I was like, I'm gonna do weekly vlogs. He's like, no, you should do daily vlogs. I was like, dude, I don't know if I can, like I don't know if I have time and like all this stuff. He's like, just go daily. I was like, okay, I will. And I went home and I started doing weekly vlogs. Yeah, and it didn't work out. I was so busy and doing all this crazy stuff that my weekly vlogs were just like crazy madness highlight reel of a crazy week, and it was just like, it was too much. So I eventually started doing daily vlogs. Daily has been so much more fun. I enjoy making video guys with you every day. I have Dan working with me. You guys have probably seen Dan in a bunch of vlogs. He'll help me edit the vlogs, so almost all the daily vlogs you guys see are a lot of Dan's work. Moab with Devin. Oh my gosh, this was awesome. We filmed skateboarding on Mars. We went skateboarding on rocks. It was super crazy. It was awesome working with Devin, and since then we became good friends. We have more projects in the works. I'm actually filming a project with Devin next week, so I can't tell you what it is, but it's gonna be cool. And we also have another guest who's gonna be in there with us, Pro Syndicate, Tom Syndicate, the Syndicate Project, have you heard of him? I met him in New York, he's awesome, and we're like, dude, we should hang out sometime. He said, I want to learn to go snowboarding. I was like, come snowboarding with me, come to Utah. So he's coming to Utah, he's gonna snowboard with me. We're gonna do a project with Devin. When I was in New York, I did this cool robot drawing that you're seeing right now with Syndicate, and yeah, I was in a magazine article, and the first time I saw the magazine article, this picture right here, I was actually in Bangkok when it came out, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in that magazine, and it was like in Bangkokian or whatever they speak, and so I kept the magazine article, so I have my very first magazine article in Bangkok language, but I never bought it in English, so that's a bummer. If any of you bought my magazine in English, you should let me know. I'll buy it from you. I think that's a wrap. 2015 was amazing. 2016 is going to be even better. I am constantly like finding new adventures to go on. I already have tons of awesome plans. You guys are gonna come along. We'll be on Snapchat, we'll be on the vlog, we'll continue streaming video games, and 2016 is going to be awesome. How do I end it? What should I do to end this? Yeah? Yeah, okay. I didn't even hit record. Just kidding. Oh, Dan was pissed. He really thought I didn't hit record. Leave that in there.